Hello everyone, welcome back to yet another Ultimate League race here in Season 19, as today we find ourselves here in the round number 8 here in the Naissaar circuit. It is a fictional circuit made by Buddha, who sadly is not going to race today because that could be his best ever chance to have a home Grand Prix. And yes, so it is the first time where we are traveling to Estonia. And as you can see right here, we got a few interesting informations about this circuit. And as you can see, it's mostly a fast track, but that doesn't really mean that it's an easy one, because there's a few places where it's very easy to make a few mistakes. We had, for instance, that first chicane. It's a really tricky one. Even when you don't go off the track, it's very easy to mess that one up. And yeah, even some of the long sweepers we see here, like turn number 8 and also turn 11, those two corners can also be a little bit tricky on their own, especially turn number 8, I'd say. And then there's also the hairpin, and even the corner like next turn 14. It's can also be very tricky corner. It's very fast, but very easy to go wide, especially on the old tires. And yeah, today's race will be the last one where there are some chances of rain. And one of the main things about this circuit is that the pits are sort of long. You can see that it's between 8 and 9 seconds, and that brings the option to have a two-stopper. We might see some drivers going for that two-stopper, as today, since there are a chance of rain, there's no compound rule. They can use whatever tires they want, and so we could potentially see some drivers going for the 13 lap stints on the hards, which is obviously very tricky to do, but it might pay off if you are lucky with the rain. But for instance, if you get undercut because of that, and then the rain appears, that could also play against you as well. So yeah, that's what I can say about today's circuit. Let's then have a look into the standings then. Now, as we look into the standings, we actually got some news that Figueira got a 1 second penalty for round 6, where he pushed Hernandi on the final turn, and so that dropped him down into third place. And so Fatmi got his second win of the season because of that. And so yeah, that changes the standings a little bit. Now Hernandi is a little bit closer to Figueras. Now they're only separated by 4 points, as you can see. As we also got Fatmi still a little bit behind. He made a good recovery last race, where he only qualified P9. But again, he's been struggling with qualifying actually, and yeah, it should be interesting. What can we see from today's race? I think that title has been a little bit spicy actually. They did exchange a few words with each other, and yeah, definitely a lot more spicy compared to the JT and Figure battles, where they were mostly, respectful towards each other and all of that. So yes, then we got in the constructors, we got LSA obviously dominating this season. They are going for that streak of always being the team to get the biggest amount of points in every single round, as we see the Naissaar still in a strong second place, SCP as well in third. Then we see also Full Force and RMC pretty much not really changing positions, although RMC has been declining a little bit since the start of the season, where they obviously had the services of Buddha. But yeah, then we got Leaks Racing. Also, they've been struggling a little bit since Kubo left the grid, and now we see Ricard Auto actually with the chance of maybe fighting for that P5. We also see Mayhem stealing P8 with FCR, has been obviously very unlucky with the amount of DNFs they've been getting this season. But so yeah, that's it. Let's then get ourselves into qualifying then. Alright then, we are here in qualifying then. Here we go, it's starting just now. And let's see who's gonna put himself in pole position. We got Nomskar returning today, also Kader, which is a very big surprise. We also got Bishione making his debut here for the Lynx Racing. And so yeah, also I'm joined by Yoha, just like last week. So hello, Yoha.
Hey Nuna, how are you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing well. How about you?
doing very well, and I think based on the races promoted in JL, CL, and AL, I think we're going to be a very interesting one.
Alright, so as we see right now, the drivers are crossing the line for the first lap, and we see now Charge GT with Johnny Fu in second place. It's a front row lockup for SCP, at least for a moment, as we saw now. Fatmi splitting both SCPs as he goes up into second place. And then we see Figo P4 and Hanandi, where is he? Oh my god, P13, so I guess he must have done a massive mistake, but I'm pretty sure he can put himself up there. Although if he gets another slow lap again, it's going to be a huge pressure for him, and he's probably going to end up driving way too safe, which might cost him a lot. But let's see then. The end of this second lap is here. We see now Sargenti improving, Figo up to second place. We see Fatmi now third. Kurstonet tied with Hanandi now into P4, so Hanandi managed to save himself a little bit there. But yeah, look at Johnny Fu. He was at the start second and he was third, and now he's down into P7, although he's a freeway tie there. They have quite a few tight places here, which should be interesting then. Might be an indication of slipstream fest here. We see Figueroa with the big mistake there. This might help GT to secure that pole position. We see Crossonet quite up there, as we see, improves, but not enough, as we see then Hanandi up to second, actually tied with Figo. And yeah, there we go then. So GT will be starting on the pole position once again. He got a lap almost 2/10 faster than second place Figo and Hanandi here tied. Then you got Fatpin P4 followed by Krustonet. And then we got Johnny Fu in P6 just ahead of both full forces who lock up the fourth row. Then you got now F1 Fan in his first race for RMC tied with Tomatoes for P9. And then you got Kader then in P11 in his return just ahead of Pan Messi, who decided to not retire as he was planning to do so after the previous round, but he had a change of heart, I guess. And then you got Matimar in P13 followed by Bituko. And then you got one of the debut drivers here today, Pichon, is just ahead of Suicide. And then we got Bana starting right at the back here. So yeah, the gap between first and last is basically 1 second. And so yeah, very tight track. Although it can be a little bit tricky as well, as there's quite a few corners where it's so easy to just make mistakes. We got the chicane, we got also those long sweepers can also be tricky on their own. We also got like the penultimate turn where it's so easy to just go off the track there, and yeah, but yeah, now it's gonna be the final race of the season with rain, or with the potential for rain. And that could shake up the strategies a bit. We saw last week GT once again just getting very unlucky with the rain. He tried to make an undercut, but then the rain appeared, and that was basically his race run. And he had to fight hard to try and put himself up to third, or was it P4?
Yeah, I think it was P4, just behind Phantomy. I think it was just behind Phantomy last race. And I think it's going to be a very interesting race, because last week he was caught out by the rain. So I wonder if maybe as a precaution JT might decide to choose a harder compound today.
Yeah, it's possible. We might see some drivers trying a two-stopper today because of the rain alone. Because the pits are sort of big, but I've heard that maybe the softs might be the way to go, either the softs or mediums. And but yeah, those long speed stops could really change a lot of things. But here we go then, everyone's ready. We see a lot of drivers starting to pick the mediums. But yeah, we saw some drivers checking if the rain was on. But here we go then, we are racing here in Stony. We got Shitty up the inside easy to keep that first position. We see also Hanandi then in second place, so no big drama so far. We see then now Corvid and Nomska, then Tomatoes as well, as Corvid goes off the track there. We see a huge pile up here between Mayhems and the RMCs right now. The two teams that used to battle at the start of the Form eSports won for those Constructor championships back in the day. But yeah, we see. Oh, what did you saw?
Bituko at the background. I think something happened with the trailers because he went completely off on his screen and his trailer kept hitting F1 fan. And I'm surprised that JT's also taken the soft tires, you know.
Yeah, once again, he's done this actually quite a lot this season, which is weird. I remember when we used to race for eSports too, where they would usually actually just take the hards and try to save one pit stop, and once in a while with the rain, it could work sometimes. But yeah, quite a few drivers here in the mediums. Fendme might be one of those drivers to try to stop her here. Maybe he's gonna try and fancy his ways here because he's starting to fall down behind in the title, and he definitely needs to find a way of trying to gain massive points. And maybe the rain could be the key to that. But we will see then. We got then the drivers at the front really not doing much. I think the big battle is here as we see. Oh, Ben Messi just leaving. So first retirement already. We got only 6 drivers on the track right now. We also got Kader having a bit of a struggling return here. He goes up the inside of Pituco. He got second, I think, in the time trial. At least at some point he was. But now at the front we're starting to see some action. As we got then Kristonet, also Johnny Fu and Nomska going side by side here. And but yeah, I guess they all calm down again. But now we might see Kristonet trying to get past Fatmi. Mostly, I guess, because the freshman has the hard tires. That might be my guess, but yeah, I'd say it probably doesn't matter much if he has the hard tires or not, because they're all in the same group as we see. Nomskar falling down, and now it's just a 6-man group here at the front. Nom's gonna try and catch them up as soon as he can, because otherwise he's just gonna be falling down behind, and the others will be benefiting a lot from this slipstream. But yeah, interesting to see. We got JT on the soft tires. Let's see if that's not gonna curse him again. Obviously gonna be looking for that undercut, which could be big around this track, but he could also get screwed up by traffic, just like he was in Sayama, where we saw him undercutting, but then the other drivers just, when they left the pits, they were right next to him, and they simply have better tires, and this free stopper strategy didn't work that well on that day. But yeah, anything you can say about the race so far, Joa?
Very interesting start to the race. I think Corvid's probably the biggest loser once again on those hard tires, because I think on lap 1 he was sent off at the beginning, and we've got that little trio of Maki, Tomatoes, and one thing. But up in front, we've got that whole 6-big group as Norms has dropped off. Kristonet and Johnny Fu, of course, battled in CL, so they might, I'm not sure if they might be an advantage, but they might have an inkling or like an idea of what they want to do. Johnny and Kristonet used the stopper there where they popped on lap 1 and lap 8 on those medium tires in CL, so it would be very interesting to see how long these guys will switch those tires in.
Alright, then we see GT just drop down to 3rd here. We see the group now just punching up. We got Fatmi now trying to get past the British drivers. He goes around the outside. Now he has the inside, but looks like there was not really big drive. But now Johnny Fu falling down here. I think he still has a chance to come back. And I think he should be able to. Yeah, there he goes. He's back here. But yeah, so far it's all normal. They're all in the same group, so nothing really changes. It's just really the position swapping, but that is not really the main thing. Is now we see JT into the pits. Then let's see where he's going to come out. I think he might be right at the back. Maybe Kader. Let's see, or maybe just ahead of him. He got then JT. No, actually he's going to be behind Kader. Ooh, that could be tricky now. He's going to be on the hard tires. And I've seen this happen way too many times where he starts on softs and he changes to the hards, and usually that doesn't mean, usually that does mean that his undercut ends up not working. But let's see if that's going to be different this time around. Because I feel like every time he tries to make the undercut on the front pit stop, it usually either that never works or he gets very unlucky with the rain, or he's a straight up DNF is later in the race. But yeah, he's going to have to try and get past Kader, and that's going to be tricky, I'm pretty sure. And so that could really cost him a lot of time. And now there he goes, he gets past the Colombian. Now he can focus on pace.
There's a bit of a gap. Fantamy has dropped off the front too.
Ooh. There you go, you got the 2 title contenders, Hernandi and Fiegel. They are separated by 4 points in the standings here. And so, yeah, that could get really spicy. They showed some words into each other last week, as we saw. And there was a little bit of a distance. Now we see Figo then into the undercut. Krusenet as well is going to follow him. As Nutty stays out here. Then we got Fatmi, is probably going to be the last to pit on that front group. And maybe he's going to have a chance to try and catch up to his teammate, because he has the better tires right now, I'd say. Because yeah, Nutty's definitely extending here. So yeah, let's see. Also, yeah, Figo are already ahead of GT. So once again, GT just cannot make those undercuts work. So if I was him, I would probably change my approach for these races. But yeah, we got then Tomatoes now trying to get out of the way of these drivers with pit. As we see now, GT going up the inside there on the grass and got really stuck there. And now we see a few drivers now pitting. It's a bit of a chaotic part here of the race. But yeah, we see Krusenet falling down a little bit behind. We see now Gnadi leaving the pits. And he's just ahead of GT here. Now he's going to be trying to get past Figo. But Corvid could be a problem here. Corvid could be a little bit of a problem. Let's see if he's going to get out of the way or not. But, because yeah, we all know he has a big ping here. And we saw also sometimes that can really have a huge impact in the race here. But here he goes, Nandi. Now can he finally make the overtake? He's going to be very tight now. But he managed to just stay around the outside. So now he's fully ahead here. As we see now Johnny Fu leaving the pits. Is he going to be with Crostonet? I think he's going to be very close. As they go now side by side. Crostonet on the hards. They're going to the chicane here. And Johnny Fu goes into the grass there. Not sure if it was a push from Crostonet or if he just made a mistake going side by side. But yeah, I think the Slovakian will probably try to get past the Spaniard. As he should have the faster tire right now. So, but yeah, in the meantime, we got Fantme now leading the way. Would probably not mind having the rain coming in at this point of the race. As we see then now Hernani being a little bit faster than Figo on the previous lap. But now we see JT trying to maybe have a look around the outside. But he thinks better of it. He definitely needs to stick with Hernani right now. It's going to be his best chance of trying to fight for this race. As we also got now Krusenet trying to get past Carvey here as he goes around the outside. Can he make it work? He can't. But now we see Johnny Fool with the double overtake there. Really nice exits. And now we see Krusenet also getting past Carvey as we see him definitely a little bit of an obstacle. But now we see Johnny Fool being so down on that hairpin. Now Fatmi dives into the pits then at the end of lap 13. So I think he's going for it. He's going for that two-stopper, which says 13 lap stints, which is obviously a bit of a pain for his tires, but it might potentially work here. Who knows?
Could be, Nina. I think we've got a little bit of an interesting one here because Nandi is obviously on fresher tires than Figo, but Figo has very good pace on whatever tires he puts on, especially if it's the harder compounds, like the mediums and the hards. So it's going to be a very interesting next few laps, but Nandi obviously went for a little bit longer, and JT's got his slipstream to fighting the undercut. So I think what might end up happening is Johnny is overtaken, but Phantom Man will take his slipstream, is this top three. I think it's going to come together. The guys behind them, I think Krustinet's soon going to let Phantomy through, and then he and Johnny are just going to tag along and try and see how far they're going to go.
Yeah, we see now Nandi catching Figo Air right now. I saw that he was 4 tenths faster in the previous lap, but now there he goes. Then Nandi up the inside, he takes the lead, but let's see, will Figo try passing back? Doesn't seem to be the case, so I think he's going to just slipstream him for now. But yeah, we got this three-way pack here at the front. We also got Krusenet trying to slipstream Fatmi, makes a mistake there. Definitely not ideal. He's gonna try and make his strategy work. Now he's gonna have to waste time getting past the FTR driver again. But yeah, this could potentially allow for Johnny Food to get back. As again, Fatmi with another mistake. What is happening to him? Looking good with shaky. And that could really be bad for the confidence of the driver if they start making a lot of mistakes and you know, just they'll take the corners way too carefully and it sort of costs him a lot in the pace. As we see now, Figueroa taking back the lead. I just saw Nani with a little mistake there into the chicane, and then we see that then JT still in third. But this will probably not change much. We might see Figueroa trying to pit earlier again and try another undercut. But now we see Gnadi up things sliding to the hairpin there. Oh my god. He caught Figueroa sleeping. I think you know why he did that. And I think what Figueroa does is that he usually touches the grass around the outside. On the left side, on the entries, so that he can then have... be able to slow down the car faster. And then have a better exit, but that will cost you on the entry, of course. And I think that's what he managed to capitalize on, because I did saw him talking about it and looking to make some overtakes using that. So yeah, there he goes. I think he just did that. But yeah, look at this. We got 3 drivers from 3 different teams here at the front. It's pretty much what we saw in the previous. In season 17, basically, but yeah.
I think this would be very interesting now because the clouds are coming out, and I think JT's just lost the slipstream as I was about to talk about him. But with the clouds coming out, this feels like deja vu because now he's in a bit of a tricky spot as to whether he puts now or whether he stays out because his tires are dead as there. Nandi does it again. As like beginning of the Figo gets him back, but at the beginning or like before the race started, Nandi was here in PC talking about how he would try that.
Ooh, free wide there. JT back. We see Figo now taking second place. But yeah, all 3 of them have completely their tires. We see Figo. I think Figo may have pushed Nandi off there. Is he now losing JT here? JT could have a chance to now beat and be in first place. And now we see also Fatmi. Yeah, Fatmi getting very, very close here. This is really working well for him actually, because the top 3 are just losing time. And that I'd say is the main advantage of the 2-stopper as well, is that you will be mostly in clean air. And there he goes, and Fatmi will be taking the lead. Because now we see all of them pitting. JT goes for the softs. Very weird strategy here. But let's see, now it's 19 laps to go, so... Yeah, I wonder what type of strategy he's gonna go with. I think he might pit for mediums on the next stint with 10 laps to go, I guess, or 11 laps to go, or maybe the hards. Yeah, I think I could see him going for 8 laps softs and then going to the hards with 11 laps to go. But yeah, let's see now. He's gonna be obviously at the disadvantage because the others are taking his slipstream, and I hope that Suicide is not unghosted because I'm pretty sure I didn't change the settings.
I think he's unghosted now. I think he's unghosted.
Ah man, there is bad. But luckily Suicide noticed and he left all of them pass. But man, I'm pretty sure I had it on sim lap only. But yeah, that's a bit annoying, but...
Put it in chat then so they know, and they know to let the leaders pass.
Let me see...
That's top 3 is closing in quickly on Phantomy, and I'm thinking with JT, right? If JT's picking the soft, he might do something very similar to what he did in the first stint, where he chooses the softer compound and then gets the undercut, and then once the other guys catch him, because I think Figo and Mandy might even switch onto hards for the final stint. But once he goes for that undercut, he's going to be, he's going to have clean air, or he's going to have pace. And then if they catch him, he's in their slipstream. And if their tires fall off, somehow, or if they get caught in battles again, then it's free real estate for him. This will be a very interesting ending to this one.
Yeah, we see then GT leading this chasing group, as they are obviously after Fatmi at the moment. Obviously he's going to pit, but yeah, this is very, very weird. It's been quite a long time since we had a race with no blue flags. Maybe we had in more recent seasons as a mistake or something, I would assume, but yeah, I don't know why the hell are the blue flags not ghosted, but yeah, already we got the warning now to the drivers. So now they should be aware of it, and so far they've been respectful, the ones who are getting lapped. But I'd say things are much different from the past, because the skill gap was such like a much bigger difference, and so there will be a few drivers who will get lapped twice or 3 times even, and now it's just we get some drivers getting lapped maybe once or 2 times, but it's not really that common nowadays. So yeah, it's not going to be a huge drama, I'd say. But now we see Figueira around the outside of Nandi. This is allowing for GT to now get away, as he's going to try and
Phantom made a mistake.
yeah, as we see then GT trying to get away from the other 2 drivers here, as he's trying to look for that first win of the season. He hasn't won any race yet, incredibly, as his final win was in at the season finale of season 18 in Singosari. But let's see, could he finally get that win again, as now he's going to try and get past Banner. Well, I think we'll let him pass, and I'd say big GG's there from Banner for letting these drivers get past and not interfering with the race here. But yeah, we got then Figo once again getting past Nani here, as he's two really just going for it. And I don't think they really care about the race win. I think they're mostly looking at the title fight. And for Figueira, this is probably more convenient because he's the one leading the way. And so the lower the positions, the bigger the less the difference will be in terms of points. But now we see here GT catching up to Fatmi. He's going to try and pass him. You see Nani on very dead hard tires. He should have pitted actually already. This is on lap 27, so he did 14 laps on these hard tires. Maybe he saw the clouds and thought about extending. And now there he goes, he's actually pitting with GT here. As GT then pits GT will be pitting with 12 laps to go. So he's going for that undercut. So let's see if the others can catch him or not. As we see now, looks like Figueira has got away from Hanandi. As we see now the rain coming in! Oh no! We see then Figueira leading the way! Fatmi was doing that strategy in order to get lucky with the rain. The worst that could happen ended up happening. It's when he basically got undercutted because he just pitted for the second time now. And yeah, GT, again, every single time he undercuts, he's just unlucky. But yeah, then we see Figueira leading the way. Hanandi will also go for the wets. Everyone going for the wets. Oh, the rain is ending. Oh boy. You got the clouds coming back here. Yeah, GT stood out here. Trying to just gamble it. I guess he really has nothing to lose this season, to be honest. So he's pretty much out of the title fight, as we all know. And yeah, this could be his best way of trying to get that first win of the season here. As we see now, the rain is now over, but there's still some water on the track. But let's see if this can work well for GT. He's going to be losing time at this current moment. And probably a little bit on his next lap as well. As we see now with a little mistake, this could allow for Figueira to get away with it. Now we see the sun appearing here, which means that the track should now dry a little bit faster. But yeah, I'd say Hernandi and Figo will be pitting on at the end of this lap here. And then we also got Fatmi on the Inter Janifu as well. And I wonder if he's gonna try and play with their luck here and try to just stay out on those Inters and hope that the rain would come back right after. That could be a possibility, but we will see then. We got Figo still leading the way now. This is gonna be crucial. It's gonna be a pace battle. And this should help actually Figo a little bit compared to Nani, because Nani has to run a bit of a longer distance into the pits. But yeah, there we go then, both into the mediums. JT will take the lead of the race here as he gets past Bituko. But oh boy, Bituko could be a little bit unlucky, although considering the difference of pace between these two drivers, he might actually be the best for Bituko. As we see the rain coming back, Fatmi actually stood out, just like I said. So light rain, but who knows, the rain could actually disappear again, because it's light rain, so that can easily happen. But here we go then, this is actually good for GT if the rain stays, because now he's going to be leading the way, but he's going to stay out. He believes that the rain will be even crazier, as we see now Figo into the pits here. Hernani will stay out here, Fatmi will get past, but the rain will end again. Figueira on the Inters, cannot believe what's happening here. He's going to get passed by Corvin, who has really some old hard tires, sort of midlife I'd say. But oh boy, what is happening here? It's just a crazy ending to this race. GT still leads the way. I think Fatmi still trying to stay out for a little bit longer as Nani goes deep into the grass there. So this gives Fentme second place at least, but he might have to pit again. And there's not that many laps left to go. Only 7, but I think Fentme might try to stay out. It's still cloudy here. We don't know if the rain will come back or not, as we see now the weather marker moving a little bit. But now the track is just completely dry. As we see then Figo into the pits again. Oh, but that could really cost him the title right now, because he's gonna have a lot of work to do here. But now lucky for him, the sun is appearing, so oh boy, those weather changes really mess up, as we see then Corvid battling Johnny Fu now for the P4, which could be, I think, the best result of the season for both of them. And I think it would be an all-time career best for Johnny Fu as well, because I think he got a P5 already. But now we see now Fentme into the pits, then he goes into the soft tires. And I think he might still come out in third. I think it's gonna be close with Corvid, but no, he's gonna be just ahead, and he's not gonna have the Australian on his slipstream. But yeah, this all played out pretty well for JT, but Nandi might have a chance to catch him. There's a bit of a difference in the tires, and so it's definitely not over yet, I'd say. But we will see then. Now it's just 5 laps to go to the end, so we see the clouds coming back, and that would actually help JT if the rain comes in early enough for all of them to pit. But oh man, what just happened here? It's definitely crazy. This is the reason why we only have 5 races with the chance of rain these days. This could sometimes just happen on a regular basis, and yeah, the drivers would never be happy. I'm pretty sure a lot of them will complain about today's rain, but obviously the spectators will love this.
This has been. I think this makes up for some of the last few races, because there's been drama from start to finish. I thought JT was done for yet again by the rain, but he stuck to his guts, and I think Fantony was so close as well to making, or like to looking like he'd made the right call. Figo looked like he'd made the right call at some point, but now he's up got 6 stops next to his name. Oh, Corvid out of absolutely nowhere finds himself in 5th place. Johnny Fu in 4th. Both ahead of Figo. Crustanet, I think he boxed for softs just before the last rain spout, and then came in for mediums again. No, I got my bearings wrong there, but he did box just before another rain spout, I think. But wow, what a race we've got here at Nuno, and it looks like finally the rain gods have worked in JT's favor after what happened last race and in Belgium.
Yeah, that is for sure. Now we see JT about to cross the line, and then it's gonna be just 2 laps to go here. Still has a pretty good gap to Hanani, and I'm pretty sure he's just looking good to win, even though his lap time is definitely not looking great, but that is pretty normal considering the tires that he has right now. But yeah, we also see Figueira now still trying to catch up to Corvid and Johnny Fu, trying to put himself into P4 at least. I don't know exactly when was the last time we saw him this low in a race, but I guess his current podium streak might be over. To be honest, I think he was already over I think in Spa they actually tied with Hernani, so he still got the podium there, but today might be his podium streak being over here, as we see now Corvid really giving a fight here against him. As now we see JT then into the final lap of the race, but here he goes, Figo up the inside. Takes P5 then, but Johnny Fu might not be close enough for him in order to catch him. As now we see then JT really unlucky this season. He was looking to win in the opening round, looking to make an impression after season 18. Didn't work out well. He didn't try a few undercuts, never worked out. Last race he was cursed, but today he was blessed. JT crosses the line to win the Estonian Grand Prix with then Hernandi taking 2nd place here, and he's going to be getting himself into the lead of the championship with now Fentme into 3rd place here, Johnny Fu into a career best P4 here with then Figueira in P5, then you got Corvid Rustanet, then it's Nomskar, followed by Matimar and Kader on his return, putting himself into the top 10. As we see then, it's Tomatoes now in P11 on the medium tires here, with now also F1 Fan in P12. Then we also got P2Co. Then it's going to be Bana and Bishione finishing just ahead of Suicide now on his season debut. I think Nani will be the one taking the fastest lap. So yeah, I think we got the results done pretty much, so I don't need to repeat again, but yeah, what a crazy race that we had here today. That was actually amazing. That beats off the rain, it really did change everything. And but yeah, let's see then. I guess we can go into the interviews.
This is gonna be spicy. This is gonna be spicy.
Yeah, that is for sure. So, looking then into the VC chat, so if you guys can tell me there who wants to get an interview. Maybe GT hasn't been interviewed for quite a while. Oh wait, he's not here. He was at some point though. But, oh yeah! LSA just lost their golden streak. They were the team who got basically the team wins every single race so far this season. But I guess that's over today because of the rain, I'd say. As the SCP did beat them today here, so yeah, who wants to get an interview here? Maybe JT first or someone else?
Yeah, hello, I'm here.
Hey, it's been a long time actually since we made an interview with you, but but yeah, amazing to see you on the top step of the podium again. It's been a while. You could have definitely been there earlier this season, but things just never work out well for you. So yeah, what can you say about your race? What was your thought process during that whole rain chaos, and what can you say about it?
Well, during the rain, I wasn't actually really thinking about what I was doing. I was like, okay, well, my race, if I pit, it's sort of like admitting defeat in a way. So what I did was I just sort of stayed out. I didn't actually process the fact there was heavy rain, because if I did, I probably would have pit. But me and Phantom in the same voice chat, so I was like, I don't know if you're pitting, because I'm not, so I just carried on going where he went in. And miraculously, it paid off, which I think makes up for the luck that I haven't had in previous races this season. So it all feels like it's come full circle. SCP back on top, it feels great. It really does.
Alright, so I guess you got some positive karma for this race, but yeah, really nice to see. Also, what can you say about this season in general? You're sort of out in the title fight, of course, with the DNF and then the miss race in season 2. So what's been exactly your mentality this season? It's been a nothing to lose type 1, or?
Well, I mean, my motivation's been pretty low. Having those difficulties right at the start of the season, it really put me in a bad mood really with this game. So it's been like just taking it slow. I haven't really done much practice other than on Sundays. But I mean, I think it's pretty good. It's ended up pretty well. I'm hoping next season I'll get the motivation back a bit. Go for properly the championship again. So yeah.
Alright then, so we can now go to the next driver who wants to get an interview. I just need if someone can type in the VC chat. The P2 man, I guess, and Andy. So yeah, I guess we go Nandi, Figo, and then Matti. I mean, so alright then. So and I guess vent me, but yeah. So we got Nandi then. Not the race win, but he didn't really. I mean, it still went well for you when having in mind the title fight, because Figo already got P5 here, and yeah, what a chaotic race here we got. He had quite a big fight also with Figo throughout the race. So what can you say about it?
Yeah, I will apologize to Figo because he did that really weird line into that hairpin where he went on grass on the entry on purpose instead of braking, and I accidentally dive bombed him like totally an accident. And it was, I think, clean. I don't think I pushed him off, but then I tried to slow down. And he also tried to slow down, and Joe just ran away by a second, and we lost Joe. Uh, that's on me. I mean, I don't think it's any dirty move, it's just a bit of a misunderstanding there. Uh, but yeah, we had a really chill slip pack, and I mean, I'm just happy that I made my choices. And totally shocked at what Joe did. We were in a VC together, and he was just in another world in these choices. He was on turbo levels of gambling today, just staying out for a heavy rain. Uh, the only other person I know who made that happen, made that work, was Marion back in season 13. Staying out in heavy rain is not usually the good choice, but yeah, I think it's well deserved for SCP, and I think they beat LSA by like 3 points because Tony also did an amazing race. And Phantomy also did an amazing race. He just got screwed by the rain. His two-stopper could have actually put him into the fight for the win. So it's a bit sad for him, but I can't complain about anything. I had everything I could ask for today.
Alright then, nice to hear. So I guess we can then go to Fatmi. I guess we are going with results order. And yeah, he went for that two stopper, I presume because of the rain, but in the end, he did end up working against your favor in the end. So, what can you say about your race?
I'm just having fun. Yeah, I haven't practiced much. The two stops seemed pretty funny. I was somehow quicker on the hards than the softer region, so yeah, it seemed like the logical thing to do. And I can't control the weather, but yeah, it was still a fun race, I have to say.
Alright, nice to hear. What there's still yet to do in this season? Because you definitely did fall off in the standings a bit compared to the top two, but could second place at least still be possible though?
No, I don't think so. I got lucky at the start of the season, but afterwards it just goes to show how quick and just yeah how good those guys are. Like maybe I haven't tried my best this season, but yeah, I mean Joe, Figo, and Andy, those three, you just can't stop them. That's not possible. So I think I'm gonna be happy with P3 in the standings.
Alright then. Yes, next we can then go to Figueroa P5 today. Very unlucky in the end, because you didn't make that final piece up. We had a lot of work to do there, so yeah.
Yeah,
What can you
um,
say?
I think it's just disappointing. I mean, I think I did even less practice than I did on the last race. It's like going down. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just I mean, there's not much I can do. I guess I could have. I mean, I was actually happy that Joe went on and won, and I was actually quite happy with him just leading off because I mean, yeah, the pace disadvantage I was at is quite scary. So I was kind of stuck, you know, when I pit first, because if I stay out, I'm losing so much time that you know, I'm not going to be able to catch him if the rain actually truly came. And then obviously, if I pit and the rain doesn't, like the rain, what do you call it, cancels, then I'm also screwed. So I think just took the wrong 50-50, and then I I think it was just the kind of not desperation, but just like you just start forgetting all the options. So I chose the wrong option again when I pit for like the inters, and then I went back onto the dries at the end. So I think it's just a series of unfortunate events. Um, yeah, obviously losing more points in the championship isn't great, but you know at this point we don't really care. I think there's just so many things that have gone kind of wrong for me this season, and also just like my general kind of not caring. I just don't really care anymore. But yeah, I think the final kind of hunt for P4 was the highlight of my race at the end there. I feel like I could have caught him, but it's quite hard to overtake Corvid, you know, because not only is he got like that trailer, he's also got the slipstream speed. I don't know if he had the slipstream. It was kind of hard to tell, but I just knew it'd be a challenge. And by the time I got past him, it was too late. So unfortunately, I couldn't salvage the extra 3 points. So yeah, I think, just one more kind of talk about the title fight. I just think it's like over. I would need to transform into Max Verstappen, win the next 2 races, and Andy would have to finish P2 once, and he would stop me. So yeah, it's not looking good, is it? I feel like I think this is how Joe felt in like season 16 or something. I think it was 2 rounds to go, and I had that kind of gap. That is just like it's theirs to lose, and yeah, unfortunately, I'm at the receiving end of it. But yeah, I don't know if I'll race the next 2 races, considering there's not much to fight for. But yeah.
Oh, that is quite the answer, but I'd say I still hope we can see you here in these 2 last races and have a proper send off in the end. As we all know, you are looking to retire at the end of this season. That's yeah. So next driver it's Corvid now, P6 in this race, and yeah, what can you say about it? Because you did find yourself at the a bit at the front out of nowhere with all of the rain chaos. What can you say?
I won't say the rain played the exact way I wanted it to, but I took advantage the best I could. I didn't have too much practice going into this one. I just had like the one mock where I saw a couple of the guys doing the 2-stop. I'm like, hey, if the rain comes at a good time, the 2-stop can work. On the only on the hards. 13 lap hards is not fun, but I got a decent amount of slipstream through most of it. The start was really bad though.
Oh
I
yeah,
lost like the leaders almost instantly. What happened was that I was like trying to avoid like contact with some of the trailers on my on lap 1, and I just like got pushed off and just lost like 8 positions or something crazy like that. But yeah, a mix of like just slipstreaming, decent pace, and then obviously the rain chaos coming in and just me just trying to go through as much of it as possible without having to resort to pitting. Yeah, it meant me just getting up to like 4th at one point, just like, hey, that's why I was like also considering, maybe I pit for the wets on the last time the rain came the same way Figo did, but I don't think it would have changed too much either way. Probably would have finished 6th regardless, but either way, I'm happy with how how my race went in terms of how I played it. But yeah, let's just hope the next 2 start a bit better.
all right then. So then to end this off, I'm gonna go with Matimar. And yeah, you finished P9 in the end, but of course there was that massive rain. I don't know how were things for you in your ends, like with all of the weather changes and stuff.
Hey, so basically in terms of the rain, when the first rain came, I had the really used mediums, so I decided to pit for inters. But it turned out to be a wrong call, and I had to pit once again for mediums, the dry tires a lap later, which really set me back. In the second rain, I was a bit angry on the first one. Also, Nomskar ran away from me a bit, and I decided to stay out. It was a good call, but unfortunately, it still cost me to lose 1 or 2 positions. I could have been P8 or I would have been at least P8 if it wasn't for the rain. I could have even been P7. My fight with Nomskar could have been close, but unfortunately, I was kind of psychically destroyed after the rains, and I made many mistakes, which made it impossible for me to catch Nomskar. So I definitely have to work on that to maintain my pace no matter what, no matter how much stuff with the rain, the pushing out happens, because I struggle with that sometimes. And yeah, I practiced really much for this race, so I'm I'm really disappointed with a P9. I hope I can redeem myself at my home Grand Prix coming next week.
Oh yes, we see it's going to be in Tatra, but yeah, I think you guys have been catching Link's Racing this season, and you may have already actually passed him in
Yeah,
the
we
construct.
already passed them. I think I finished P11. Tomato. Sorry, I finished P9. Tomatoes finished P11, and the
Yeah,
Lynxes have finished
P15, P16.
So
Yeah,
we definitely passed them. We also caught up to RMC a bit, thanks to me beating Cadre and Tomatoes beating F1 Fan. So yeah, I believe it's gonna be a really interesting fight for P5 in the Constructors Championship, and I can't wait for the last two races. And I wanna bring Ricard Auto to the top.
all right then, and yeah, it's definitely been a nice debut season for Ricard Auto, but yeah, I think this will end the interviews. Then next week we're going to move ourselves to Poland for the Trata circuit made by Hanandi. And so yeah, we'll see you there into the next week. So goodbye.